All right, we're in round 3, and we have a couple of cards in here that are a little bit awkward in Necropolis Fiend and Ivory Tusk Fortress, but I'm still going to keep this hand. I mean, despite having these two cards, we still have like a pretty excellent 5-card hand. Looks like we're up against another Jeskai deck, perhaps. Embodiment. Well, it's not super intimidating. Yeah, he doesn't have a green source yet, so let's start it off with the more mana efficient option. I guess Suspension Field's not that good of a combo with delving our Necropolis Fiend out early. Alright, well, I'm going to offer the trade. Guess I don't have to, though, do I? But at the same time, I kind of want to fill my yard for this Necropolis Fiend. Get a morph off the table. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. And then we'll drop the Bondkin, I guess. Or maybe I drop the Hate Blade. Guess that's debatable. So I trade my Lord for his worst morph, which kind of sucks, but once again, we're making a Necropolis Fiend cheaper, and we're getting stuff off the board, so it's not that bad. I guess I dropped the Hate Blade, since it can actually attack into the embodiment, but not the best use of mana. Certainly not worth using Suspension Field on the embodiment here. Alright. Land there would have been nice, but that's alright. Get our damage in, drop a Bondkin, and pass. It's a lot of morphs. Alright, drop a land, swing with our dudes. Make the trade. And I think we just Horde Mate back our Chief of the Edge. So I guess we make our Necropolis Fiend a little more expensive again, but I would say it's worth it. I think we hold off on attacking with our Chief of the Edge for a little bit here. It's a lot of morphs. And they're all, wait, I didn't even realize. They're like all Dragon's Eye Savants? Jeez. I mean, I could swing with the Chief of the Edge, but it doesn't seem correct. So, ooh, jeez. Gotta be honest, I kind of want to set it up with Krumar, but he's going to block the morph on a Horde Mate here, so I guess it does actually make sense. Let's just rush a battle. This is a pretty strong attack. I guess he gets a Hate Blade with a morph, but whatever. It's still a pretty brutal attack. Well, Ice Feather Aven is a good one to take care of, so it's pretty tolerable. Pretty close to Necropolis Fiend now. We're just 2 mana away. That is a lot of morphs. I think we just swing for the fences now. I want my Necropolis Fiend to come out as soon as possible, so wouldn't mind if he made some more trades here. He's got 2 cards left in hand. Oh, wow. Jeez. I think we're just dropping big man then. Could force away it, but I guess we'll make him do it. Pinewalker and Abomination. So he's like, what, borderline Sultai? This could be just fixing for what? Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, so he's not, so he's 4-color. Okay. 4-color deck. Not sure what else we know about it. He's got the 0/6 ground dudes that let you look at the hand. He's got some fatties, so Smite the Monstrous is not out of the realm of reason, but I think we're still, I think we're good. I think we just go again. Could, I guess, despise all those morphs. That's pretty good information to get. Plus, he's got some, yeah, I don't mind that, actually. What do I take out? Last time I dropped Bitter Revelation and Rush of Battle for 2 cards. Why don't we drop the Bitter for the Despise? Lose a little bit of card advantage, but potentially get some good information from his hand, which can be pretty beneficial. Plus, he had some pretty good creatures. I mean, Pinewalker's a really good creature, and Abomination would be good to know about. It's a good keepable hand. No green source, but at least we have a 1-drop. And it can attack into embodiment, which is kind of nice. Alright, well, got all of our colors now. That's good news. I presume a morph guy. Makes sense. Great draw. Alright, let's get in there. I'll trade it for a 0/6, I guess. Yeah, it's a fine trade. Oh, it's a really good trade. I mean, we're not putting any pressure down, which kind of sucks, but it's alright. Okay. Well, he's pretty well fixed this game. I'll give that to him. Mardu Skull Hunter gets a little bit worse when your opponent has Seek the Horizon. But it's all gravy when you're just making him discard and getting a 2/1 body. Wouldn't mind a morph guy or some sort of board threat here would be nice. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Hmm. Hardcast Pinewalker, you say? Well, I think this is a fortress turn. That's going to set us up for a better suspension field. So, no reason to attack in. Let's just get our fortress out there and pass. Opponent does have a grip of cards, but at least a couple of those are lands from the Seek the Horizon. I guess if he attacks, I probably don't block since I have to presume some sort of trick. I guess I didn't play around Savage Punch very effectively either. But I guess it turned out to be a moot point. All right, let's just thing that sucks is I suspension field and I can't attack with my War Behemoth, but that's all right. So I guess we take out this fatty. Yes, and we'll get in with our fatty. And we'll pass. All right. Likely the 6 toughness blocker. And he's attacking. Yeah, that would make sense. Ooh. Well, let's morph that first. I guess then I can't unmorph it right away. That's alright. I have a feeling this is Dragon's Eye Savants, though, so let's... Well... I guess I hardcast the Absent. Well, then I guess it doesn't matter if he... Dragon's Eye Savants or not. Alright, I think I just swing with my Ivory Tusk Fortress. Presumably see a Dragon's Eye Savants. Or not. That's a little surprising. Well, I'm still going to hardcast this. Might be wondering why. Well, it's because I want to rush a battle and do some other things next turn. Oh, wasn't expecting that. All right, well, I guess I should have morphed it. Pretty surprised he brought that in as a sideboard, considering what he saw us play game 1, right? Did we do stuff that was pretty slow? Timely Horde Mate, I guess, was 4 mana. So, yeah, I guess I botched that a little bit, but my plan was get to the point where I can unmorph this Behemoth and still play some stuff, and I guess it wasn't right. But I guess I know now for the future. Gotta watch out for that disdainful stroke. Uh-oh. Sultai Flare. Card's pretty good. Still swinging with the Pinewalker. I guess that makes sense. He can't double block my guy and kill it, though. So, not exactly sure what he's going to do about that. Unfortunately, not quite the draw I was looking for. Let's just get in with our Ivory Tusk Fortress, I guess. Because if I get in with if I unmorph this, I still can't even afford the Rush of Battle on top of that. And he can't double block and kill the Ivory Tusk Fortress just based on these two. So I think I just chill out here. And we'll block the Pine Walker. If need be. It's pretty tough. Does that mean that we're dead? Yeah, I guess it does. Has to swing with everything. He does. I guess we lose. It's kind of disappointing. Felt like we were actually doing good, but not so much, huh? Nah, we drew too many lands. I guess it makes sense. We were getting flooded pretty hard there. What can I do about that? I don't lower my count. I guess I have to play around Disdainful Stroke. Sultai Charm's always going to be a problem with our suspension field. Yeah, it's a bummer. All right, well, let's figure out how we're going to win. And I didn't look at his Morph guy, which is not a very smart move. I guess we bring in the Smite. He killed us with Fatties, so makes sense. Although, it cannot hit Sultai Flare. It only hits a Tusk Colossedon and a Pine Walker that we know about. Maybe we ditch the Rush of Battle. I don't really like it against the 0/6 blockers as much. Still like the Despise. Maybe just the Smite, and that's all we need. Yeah, I can probably get behind that. Maybe we do the right instead. Can I find some way to bring that in? Could bring it in over the Despise. It might make sense. Justifies all the lands a little bit more in case we get flooded. All right, I'll do this. Would like to play first, and I will keep this. This is a good hand. It sucks that he's got the Sultai Charm, because that really does weaken our suspension field, but suspension field is still definitely good enough to play, so I'm not gonna not play it, you know. Yeah, well, it was a good draw. Despite being a land, it was at least a green land, so can pretty much play everything in our deck at this point. And we have a good mana curve coming, so very nice. If he plays a morph, I'm pretty willing to trade my Chief or morph for his, so I'll keep swinging. Well, I will admit, I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to get flooded too bad here. Spell Snatcher, jeez. This guy is loaded with morphs. Still have a pretty good turn next turn since I can unmorph my BMS. Alright, well, at least we get a good turn here. So if I draw a land, I can just unmorph. If I draw anything of substance, I probably just play it. If that was his best turn 4 play, I don't know. That doesn't seem that bad for us. And he has to discard too. Oh, that's pretty nice. All right. So I guess he could hardcast a Pine Walker here, which would be a pretty big issue, but can't do much about that. That's weird. And he didn't play a land first? I know he has the lands. Huh. Feel like if that's his best play, not too worried. That was a good draw. Probably won't be able to get full value out of it, but even if I could, it would just be a land. I guess that doesn't matter. It's kind of nice, actually. I want the lifelink, but I think getting the guy off the board is pretty good here. Trying to keep his board to a minimum. All right, pretty big dude. Can't do much about that. That guy's pretty big too. Just play that before we get disdainful stroked. It even can attack into a Clocidon, so I like that. So Sultai Charm can currently only deal with Warbeamoth and Krumar. Alright, well, can't be a Pine Walker, or I guess it could be a Pine Walker, but he can't unmorph it. It's a bit concerning. So what happens if I swing with team? Clocidon on my 3/6. This on the 3/3. Trying to think if he wants to eat my guys, and then what? He could have another Dragon's Eye Savants. Seems a bit dangerous to go all in. Let's just go in with the Fortress here. Oh yeah, I guess I can't pump it. So I guess we'll just get a land out of his hand. We'll drop our own and pass. So I guess at this point we're in Necropolis Fiend territory, so that's kind of good. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything about that because I'm out of cards, so I guess I have to accept it. Guess we just unmorph now. Just waiting for some removal. As soon as I get some removal, I feel pretty confident in crashing in. All right. I think we go for it. Could be a disdainful stroke, I guess. Oh, bouncing it. All right. Guess that's not that bad. We get to crash in here pretty good. Guess it could be a Pine Walker, but this is one of the few opportunities I'm getting to attack here, so I feel like if he had the Pine Walker, he would have eaten our Abzan guide. All right. It's not that bad. Got more? All right. It's got all the goods. I can't do anything about it. Well, Suspension Field just got better, unless he has multiple Sultai Charms. But we also have Throttle. I have quite a few things that are pretty good here. Guess he has Disdainful Stroke mana up. Land, not so good. So, just going to have to outdraw our opponent. And we should have this. Well, doesn't exactly qualify as outdrawing, but alright. Yeah. We are going to lose, I guess, if we just draw lands for the rest of the game, but I can't do anything about that. We're in the outside of my control part of Magic. Yeah. That's pretty bummer for us, too, that he top deck like that, but what can I do? I can't do anything about it. Getting outdrawn is definitely a bummer, though. It's never fun. Yeah. Sigh. We definitely need him to miss, though. We need him to miss, and we need to hit, or else we just can't win. Yeah, I really didn't want it to end like this. It's so depressing. Just watching it waste away. This is never the way you want a Magic game to end. Come on. You gotta give me spells, deck. Don't do this. This isn't fun. So I'll double block the morph just in case it's a Pine Walker. Oh, the Snowhorn Raider, so close to the same thing. Our opponent's draws are just so good. He literally went... What did he do? He went Mandrill's Invocation Snowhorn Rider? Come on. That's so silly. Alright. Finally, deck gave us a draw. That's so great. Happy to see that. He still has more? He still has more? He hasn't... He doesn't miss? How does he still have more? I just watched him play this into this into this. How does he have more? Sorry, my brain is in a state of terror right now. I cannot believe he has more. Wow. Oh, he doesn't miss again? This is comical now. It's just funny. He just doesn't miss. Dude does not miss. Alright, well, that was a depressing game. I wish we would have done better. I loved our deck. It was much better than it performed. It's probably the worst performance this deck could have possibly done there. Those are the most frustrating for me, is the land to your opponent's draw spell, to your land to your opponent's draw spell, land spell, land spell. Did that just happen 5 turns in a row? Oh, that was painful. That was very painful. All right, well, I'll have to pay some more money and hopefully do better next time.